Here goes. Good job, Mink.
One, two, three, four.
My name is Joseph Carter, and I am the Mink Man. I've been an animal lover my entire life. I grew up training cattle dogs and cow horses with my grandfather, and I was an avid falconer in my teens and early 20s. When I was a senior in high school, I started learning about the American mink. I was told that mink were horrible, vicious little animals who were impossible to tame. Challenge accepted. I've been in love with mink ever since, and have devoted the last 14 years of my life to learning about this marvelous little predator. I get mink from fur farms and give them a new life. In this new life, my mink live as naturally as possible, even hunting for their dinner the way a wild mink would. So come join me on my adventures as we learn more about this intense little predator, the amazing American mink. Alrighty, so we're doing a rat job this morning. We got the crew with us. We got Boss, Shernee, got my cute little girls, Olive and Ellie. We're gonna bring Boone today. He's a little young yet. I don't want to stick him down a hole that might have a whole bunch of rats in it. We'd rather just use him on little onesies, twosies rather than a bunch. And we have no idea what we're gonna run into. You may notice we're missing a couple little dogs. We don't have Leia or Gremlin. Leia's got a sore lip. She got a bite on her lip, and I'm just leaving her to let that heal up and giving her a bit of a rest. Gremlin, I'm going to explain at the end of the video where Gremlin is, but I don't want to get into that right now. We want to get out and see where the rats are. So let's go take a look, see what they got. Let's look at yours first.
Like a nesting cage that was here, but there was a hole here.
So they were under that.
They were under
They've been
that.
in here,
Yeah.
but they don't have
in there and
holes. They just
around.
go under them.
And then you can see all these holes in here.
Oh yeah.
And there is a dead one right here that we found this morning. Oh, and there.
Good boy, yes. Good boy. Watch them. Good dogs. Good dogs. Dig them up. Get him, good boy. Get him, get him. You missed like 3, dude. Where is it?
And down in there.
Good dogs. Right here, right here. Here. Boss, Leah. Far side. Good girl, Shernee. Good job, you got it.
Daddy,
There's one right there.
Where's that?
Right there.
Over here. Good dogs. Did I kill this one?
Now he's underneath the red thing.
And I saw 2 in there.
Good dogs.
I saw one turning around and going there.
Good job, Olive. Good job. Get it next time, okay? Grab it and shake it like the dogs,
This
okay?
one's still alive, Joe.
Oh,
I don't know where that came
that was the one I thought I killed. I stepped on it and it wasn't moving, so I just dropped it. Okay, we got a whole nest. Good job. Out. Here's a rat.
Oh, right there. Boss.
Boss, look right here.
Underneath these asparagus.
Right here. Get it, Shernee. Yeah, it's up here now. Watch really closely. You guys watch this end, David. Should keep...
You got it. Oh, boss got one.
Good job, boss.
Oh,
Good job, boss. Dig. Where's the rat? Hey, don't retaliate. She's a cute jerk. She bit him on the butt. You're naughty. Don't retaliate.
that was pretty funny.
She's a cute jerk.
Let's
Too
see.
attached to it, are they? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Good dogs. Good dogs.
The rat?
Yeah, rat's right in here somewhere. It went in here somewhere. I don't know if it has a hole or if it's just hiding in the leaves, but I saw it creep right over here. Wonder where it disappear to you with that direction. Gosh, looks like maybe there goes. Good job, Mink. Good job, boss. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Out. Out. Yeah, go check under there. There you go. Good boy. He's going. Yeah, Mink's under. Watch, boss. Come back. Watch. Oh, yeah, he's over on this side. Oh,
Rat.
Good job. Good job, Judy. Good girl. Good dogs. Good teamwork. Good teamwork. Bring it here. Hey. Good job, Judy. Where'd it come from?
I don't know.
Good dogs. Good dogs. Oh, you got one. Good girl. Good dogs. Good dogs. It's tangled in the netting. Here, I got it. I got it. I got it. Kill it. Good dogs. Good dogs. Okay, so we've got little Miss Vila here. You guys haven't seen her for a while. She's what I'm hoping will become our secret weapon, because she's so tiny, tiny, like she's literally the size of a rat. Well, big rat, but the size of a rat. We're hoping we can use her for special circumstances when the holes are really tight and we need a tiny little mink. So today we didn't use her for the actual hunting because she's still kind of young. We're still trying to build up her confidence, and she's not the most confident mink, unfortunately. So we're kind of trying to baby her. We don't want to stick her down a hole where there might be a bunch of rats. Well, we've cleared everything out. There shouldn't be anything left, but we're going to put her in where we hit a dead rat. See if we can get her to bring it back. And really just the goal today isn't even caching training. It's more getting her into a new place and having her come back and realize, you know, that not be weird about new places. It's pretty much the real goal today. But we're going to, might as well do some caching training at the same point. So we're going to let her down here, and hopefully all goes well and she doesn't spaz out, because she's a bit of a spazzy little mink. Alrighty, Vila. Oh, I know. You want to get out, huh? She wants to bite me too, little stink. She's gotten real mean. Good girl. Good girl. She's not fazed at all about being in a new place. Good mink. Look, she's killing it. She thinks she's killing it. It's that fresh. Okay, you gotta bring us the rat though. There you go, get the rat. There you go, good girl. Good mink. There you go, good girl. Good mink. Good mink.
Oh, I didn't bring my gloves.
Good mink. She did it. Good mink. Yeah, I gotta watch my fingers with Vila. She's gotten real mean. I don't touch her at all. She will nail you any chance she gets. But happy to see her cached. I haven't done that in a training situation. No, I don't need mix. Good girl. I haven't done that in a training situation. You know, out while we're hunting for. So it's good that she reacted just normal, natural. Like I said, she's a bit of a nervous mink, so I was curious how she'd react. Wasn't even fazed by the fact we're in a new place. She run around looking for rats. Went in, brought the dead one out. Super happy with her. So good sign. Alrighty, we had a great day today. We got a total of 10 adult rats and 5 little baby rats. So we're going to take these little babies home and put them on a surrogate mother. And yeah, pretty happy. 10's not a bad number, especially for a little neighborhood job like this. Happy with Boss. He's our secret weapon, sneaking in the back and snatching the ones we think are getting away. Sure needs our nose, finding them. Penny did a good job finding some rats too. Happy for her finding a few rats. So all in all, pretty good day. Hey guys, so I figured it's about time that I explain what's going on with Gremlin. I've actually filmed this a couple different times. It's not a topic I really like to talk about, but obviously you guys need to know what's going on. So I need to explain, so you're not left wondering. So, like I said, it's kind of hard to discuss, so I've been putting it off, and this is like I've had multiple takes and attempts at explaining. So this is another attempt. Hopefully I can get through it a little better this time. So Gremlin's a great little dog. I love Gremlin. I miss Gremlin a lot. But some things were happening that made it clear to me that it really wasn't in Gremlin's best interest to stay with us. So I, as you guys probably know, along with hunting rats, I used Gremlin and pretty much all my other dogs as well to do pest control for raccoons as well. Well, I found out that Gremlin is she's susceptible to a certain disease called raccoon hound paralysis. And this coonhound paralysis, only certain dogs are susceptible to it. You don't really know until your dog's exposed whether or not they're susceptible. So it's kind of like being allergic to bees. Not everyone's allergic to bees. One person can get stung by a bee, nothing really happens. They just get a little sting. Another person, it's life-threatening. Their body overreacts to the venom, and they can die or at least have a horrible reaction to it. Right? That's how bee stings work. Well, coonhound paralysis is kind of similar in that not every animal reacts to it. Like some dogs can be exposed to coonhound paralysis, which comes through a raccoon bite. Specifically, a raccoon who's already infected with the disease. So not every raccoon has coonhound paralysis. Maybe 1 in 10 or 1 in 100. Probably not 1 in 10. That'd be pretty high numbers. But like 1 in 100, 1 in 50, something like that. Raccoons happen to have this disease, and obviously certain populations have a lot more of it than others. Utah population seems to have quite a bit based off of some of the other guys I've talked to. But anyway, back to Gremlin. So Gremlin, she is susceptible to this disease, which is pretty frustrating for us because the plan with Gremlin is to hunt raccoons and flush beavers, and anytime you're beaver hunting, you're going to run into probably half a dozen raccoons for every beaver. So even if you try and avoid raccoon hunting, well, now we have to also avoid beaver hunting, and it's just kind of frustrating for me and for Gremlin as well, because this summer we did a lot of raccoon hunting, and Gremlin just had to sit at home. She couldn't participate. So Gremlin loves it. She loves to go out, loves to hunt. Whatever we're hunting, whether it's raccoons or rats or whatever, she loves it. So it was really frustrating for her to stay home all the time. But you know what? Her being susceptible to this disease, I can get around that. And, we can just hunt rats with her. And unfortunately, she'll have to stay home more often than she'd like. But, that's just life. So then, unfortunately, another problem came about. In addition to this coonhound paralysis susceptibility that she has, she randomly started attacking Shirney, just like out of nowhere. And this is probably a genetic thing. Her mother was the same way. She could live with another dog and be totally cool with that other dog for months on end. And then randomly, out of nowhere, she would snap and attack the other dog like it was prey. Treat him like it was a raccoon or a rat or something. Just try and kill the other dog pretty much. And she would be fine with that dog for months on end and randomly attack the other dog. You separate them. And then she'd be fine with the dog again for another few weeks or days or months, and then randomly attack him out of nowhere. So that's what Gremlin's mother was like. And well, Gremlin apparently inherited the same thing from her mother. She's totally fine with Shirney. She's totally fine with my other dogs, with most even strange dogs. She's really well-mannered little dog. But then just out of nowhere, she'll get triggered. And like I said, it's not like a normal dog fighting issue where they're like, oh, they're being defensive or protecting their food or trying to be dominant, things like that. None of that. It's just like something clicks in her head and all of a sudden she goes crazy and thinks that Shirney is a raccoon or a rat or something, and she just attacks her. Well, if it was just Leia, let's say Gremlin was fighting with Leia, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. You just break up the fight and tell them to quit it and it's over, right? Gremlin and Leia can go at it for like 10-15 minutes and not have any life-threatening injuries. They're both about the same size. Same thing with Boss and Shirney. I mean, neither of those dogs are going to hurt themselves anytime soon. They could fight for a long time before anything serious would happen. But when you've got a 70-pound dog like Shirney who can kill a 14, 15, 16, 20-pound raccoon in just a few minutes, little Gremlin, she's no different from a raccoon. You got a little 14-pound dog going against a 70-pound dog. That's a life-threatening event. Gremlin could literally be dead in seconds, or not necessarily dead, but have significantly life-changing injuries within split second. And so, and Shirney doesn't just screw around. When Gremlin goes after her, she goes right back after her. And like I said, it is life-threatening. One of the times, actually, she got a hold of her head. And anyway, you don't need to hear about it. But basically, it was life-threatening situation for Gremlin. So it was really frustrating. I mean, I already had to leave her home because of the coonhound paralysis. It just wasn't fair to little Gremlin. If she wasn't going to get coonhound paralysis, she was going to get killed by Shirney. And I just realized, and it was really hard for me because I really like Gremlin. I'm really, bonded to her, really liked her. She was a great friend, a great working companion. My little girls loved her. She was their favorite dog. It was really hard for me to make this decision, but I realized, you know what? It's not in her best interest for me to continue to keep her. It really is in her best interest to find her a new home where she can hunt and work, but she's also being taken care of the way we take care of our dogs, like a pet, like a member of the family. So I looked really hard, and I found a friend of mine found a home for her with a fox hunter in the back east. And this fox hunter, they hunt on a regular basis, so she'll get plenty of work, but they keep their little terriers inside as house pets. So as a fox hunter, he has hounds, and the hounds chase the foxes, and sometimes the foxes try and hide in a hole, and that's what Gremlin would come in. They'd use Gremlin to flush the foxes back out of the hole. So Gremlin would be able to work the way she loves to work, but in between working, she'd be kept inside just like a little house pet. As hard as it was for me to let her go, it was really in her best interest. I knew she wasn't safe continuing to live here with Shirney. And, the other option, I really only had 3 options, right? Continue to risk her life, lock her up and not let her out, because I'm not going to lock Shirney up. She's not doing anything wrong. It's Gremlin attacking Shirney. So either lock her up, continue to risk her life, or find her a new home. And, I could have been selfish and just kept her. Really, that would be the selfish option. Just keep her here and lock her in a cage and don't let her out. I'd still get have a good little working dog. She'd be able to perform all the same, ratting jobs and things like that. So really, that would have been in my best interest probably just to keep her here. But it wasn't in her best interest, and I care about her, and I love that little dog, and I wanted her to have a good life. So as hard as it was for me to do, I decided to find her a new home. And so I found her the best home I could, one where she's going to be loved and cared for and get to work, because she's a real working dog. She wouldn't be happy just being a pet. So I found her the best home I could, and I feel like she's really happy there, which is important to me because I really care about her. I care about all my animals. And it was a really hard decision to make, but I had to think of what's best for her rather than what's best for me. And it was very clear, the answer was very clear, that what was best for Gremlin was to go to a new home where her working abilities wouldn't be held back, and where her life wasn't at risk every time she snapped and attacked a bigger dog. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. And yeah, we'll talk to you more later. Count them. How many, Ellie?
2.
No, 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Haha, good job. Okay, en español.
1, 2, 3, 5,
4.
4, 5, 6, 8, baby. 7,
8.
8, baby. 10.
Haha, good job. You did it. You're so smart.